차렷! 경례! Hello, YouTube subscribers. It's been some time, almost 2.5 months, 3 months. I don't know what you're doing, staying home, growing beard or hair, or so. Anyway, I'm back. We're back, and to kickstart our YouTube channel again, we're recording today. We're doing Who's Who interview with Master Tim Scott here, a longtime friend of mine, current owner of Excel Taekwondo in Littleton, and also a motivational speaker. So we're just gonna interview him and see what he's been up to, and hopefully he could give us some word of advice and inspiration. We need it right now because there's so many of us who are scared. So we need some inspiration. Get our business started. There's a long pause,
Yes.
so let's all start. So Master Scott, would you tell us a little bit about yourself, your childhood, how you got into Taekwondo, and so forth?
Yes. So thank you for having me. So I started in martial arts or Taekwondo specifically when I was about 9 years old, 9 to 10 years old. But the thing is that I always say officially because I really started when I was about 4 or 5. You see,
Wow.
my father was a black belt before me, and I had grown up inside of the dojang and the Taekwondo school, and just watching him and learning from him and everything. But unfortunately, I was too afraid to start the official classes because back in the 80s, early 90s, there wasn't that many kids, and this was a Taekwondo club. It wasn't like a huge professional school, and so I had all these teenagers and adults around all the time. But I was actually just afraid, just actually physically afraid to start martial arts until I was about 9 or 10 years old.
Mm.
And with that started this journey that little did I know was going to be a lifelong thing for me. Actually, I knew it was going to be lifelong. I just didn't know in what capacity,
All right.
because as soon as I got the martial arts bug, I caught it right away. And I always knew that I was going to be doing martial arts forever, and that's just how impactful it was to me. And so fast forward is, I'm going through my young age, and becoming a teenager, and I
Were
was in
you
more of a
beating
traditional.
anybody up in high school? Did you beat up anybody in high school with your martial arts?
I didn't get in a lot of fights. I did get in a few. There was a few in there, but I was mainly focused on competition, and that's what Taekwondo did for me. Was I didn't really have to fight because I knew what I could do, and it gave me that confidence, right? And
Right, right.
so the thing is that I came from more of a traditional style of Taekwondo at first, but then I found Olympic Taekwondo when I was about 15 years old, and I knew right away, right there, I was going to go for the Olympics, and that was my ultimate goal. And that's when, being from Nebraska, small town Nebraska, I started traveling to Colorado once a month to Olympic Training Center in high school, and that's where I met my grandmaster. And then when I was about 20 years old, I just dropped everything, moved out here to Colorado, and started what I would consider a official Taekwondo career.
Mhm.
So I started working inside of the school, and I met my at that time, future wife, and we're still married and everything. And now we run our school, Excel Taekwondo in Littleton. And, I tried out for the Olympics in 2000 and 2004. I did not make it. But the thing is that during that time, I found such a transformational piece of my life that I didn't know I was missing, but it just came to me. And that was teaching full-time, and then entrepreneurship with the martial arts business. And now I'm still a lifer, and it's inspired me so much that's why I became really involved in leadership, is because passing on information to the next generation, the students who are under us, with using martial arts but also leadership skills inside of business, is just a natural fit for me. And that's why I joined the John Maxwell team as a leader, speaker, trainer, and coach. And so that's what I do with businesses now as well, is not only with my own Taekwondo business, but I go into other businesses and help them create business strategies, train their leadership teams and CEOs for high performance using that mastery that I've learned in martial arts.
Perfect. That sounds great. So a lot of our viewers, they're realtors. Realtors are a very creative, very positive group of people. I really, they're not
They
that many
are.
positive people. The world could be ending and they could be out there, trying to earn a commission.
I agree, and I love that. I love that.
So a lot of my, as you know, a lot of my subscribers, they're younger brokers trying to make it in this industry. What a terrible thing for the younger broker. I mean, can you imagine starting your career like 6 months ago? You just got
Mhm.
your business license. I mean, and you got your business cards, marketing stuff. You're out there trying to earn business, and then COVID hits, and everything stops.
Yeah,
I mean, wow.
absolutely.
What would you say to them? How would you motivate them?
So really, I would reassure first and foremost that taking that first step
Hmm.
was the biggest part, the biggest piece of the puzzle, I would say, because so many people are afraid to start their own business, start their own brokerage, like you're speaking with Metro Brokers and Taekwondo Realtor. And that's the biggest step because so many people just get so much self-doubt in them nowadays,
Hmm.
especially with outside environment coming down on them, like COVID situation,
Right.
riots, everything that's going on nowadays. But the thing is that's only a piece. And we have to realize that a lot of what we hold ourselves back with is all in our minds. And it's
Mm.
what we focus on. And so there's a really cool saying out there is that where focus goes, energy flows,
Hmm.
right? And when you kind of really sit back and think of that statement, it's, you know what, if you're going to focus on everything negative in the world and everything that's happening to you and, oh, just we can't get ahead and just being kind of a Debbie Downer,
Hmm.
then that's where your energy is going to flow for the
Right.
majority of
Hmm.
everything you have.
Right.
But when we start focusing and choosing, that's the thing, is choosing to
Hmm.
focus on what I'm grateful for,
Right.
what the good people I have in my life, surrounding myself with great, mentors and coaches
Hmm.
and leaders. All of a sudden, our mindset just shifts, and now we're motivated even in the darkest times.
Hmm.
We're controlling our we're taking care of ourselves with self-care, proper self-care,
Right.
and all of a sudden we have another shift and transformation, and we're not getting down so much. And so really how to stay motivated and stay just excited for your craft and what you're doing is first and foremost self-care, and
Hmm.
then second is surround yourself with good people who
Right.
are doing better than you that you can learn from. And
Mhm.
that's what I think is two very big keys. Of course there's more, but two very big keys in being successful and staying motivated.
Right. Surround yourself with successful people, people who've done it before you, so that
Yes.
you could follow them along, so that you could motivate yourself and find success like they have. That's a great point. That's a great point. Um, just for our audience, what degree of black belt are you?
So I'm a fifth degree black belt, and I am in officially, like I said earlier, almost 28 years in martial arts now.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
And not only do
And
you do Taekwondo, I know you did a little bit of Jiu-Jitsu as well, right?
yes, I actively train in jiu-jitsu and then Krav Maga as well.
Oh, wow. And that's
Yes.
Israeli Special Forces martial arts or something like that. Is that?
Yeah, it's more of like Israeli self-defense system, kind of like more of a streetwise, just straight street self-defense.
Oh,
And
wow. Very practical. Wow.
yes. And, in my school, I like to take a blended style because and even though Taekwondo is my first love and it will
Mhm.
always be,
Mhm.
I believe that, being open to all different types of martial arts and cultures
Mhm.
is really energizing for one. And then also it's just bettering yourself and your skills to
Mhm.
have all different, pieces of the puzzle to make a full
Mhm.
a black belt,
Right.
more fuller, and then just more richer, And so it's just fun.
So out of the 150, I have about 150 people in my brokerage or office. Uh, they're older, but my recommendation for them is, you know what? The tougher your economic situation is, if you're going through a tough time or even family situation, my first thing to do is exercise. I love to
Yes.
just get on the treadmill and just run, because when you're running, or you're like, I love playing tennis. If you
Hmm.
doing sports, it just gets your mind away from the negative stuff that you talked about and focus on the positive. So like at your Excel Taekwondo in Littleton, I would love to have I have a lot of people in that lives in Littleton in my office. Would love to have them join you and learn these, Taekwondo or other martial arts. I think it would be critical for their career. I think. I mean, for their real
Absolutely.
estate career.
Absolutely. A really good saying, and it's true if you really think about it. Have you ever been in, you need to ask yourself, have you ever been in like a really down mood or just depressive state, and then you struggled but you pushed yourself to go work out, and then all of a sudden you almost forgot what you were depressed about. You almost forgot what you were, going through before you came in, or at least you had a better mindset about it,
Right.
better outlook. Well, the thing is that, Tony Robbins says that if you want to change your state, change your physiology.
Right.
Okay. And so really it just releases all those good chemicals in our bodies. And
Mhm.
that's what's so great about martial arts, is that
Right.
you can take it anywhere. You can
Right.
practice forms by yourself and get into almost like a meditative state, and just kind of like your zone
Mhm.
where you're just feeling progression, feeling exercise, feeling workout. Or you can train with partners just to get around good people, get around, just progression physically.
Mhm.
And so that's what martial arts can really do. And I think it's imperative. It's crucial for entrepreneurs and, people who are trying to be high performers
Right.
to change their physiology so they are in a strong state mentally at all times, as much as possible.
Right. So that's, yeah, as you know, that's one of my mission statement, is to get our brokers to become top producers or elite level warriors that you
Yes.
know. So I think this goes hand in hand, and I would love to have some of my brokers, try you out, your studio out. So how are they gonna contact you? Is there any special promotion you're doing right now at your school?
So I always do two just free classes. I
Okay.
always do two free classes. And the reason why I do that is just because I am looking for the right people
Mm-hmm.
who are going to fit into our tribe. And what that means is that, not that we don't include everybody, but what that means is I want someone who actually cares about their progression, who actually wants to further their life, not just their martial arts training, but actually their lives with martial arts training and leadership training. And so we use that. And so I always start with two classes, and you can always get a hold of us at information@exceltaekwondo.com.
Right.
And we get you just set up. We start with a private lesson, so you're not so nervous just jumping into a class, but we work with you on the basics and what it's going to look like. And then we put you into a class with kind of, trained, of course, instructors that will just help you along just in your first one, because it can be a step for people to step into this new arena of martial arts, for example. And
Right.
so we take you along through it in a very progressive way.
I know a lot of people think martial arts or taekwondo, anything, is only for the kids. I think that's not true, right? How many
Yeah.
adults are in your studio right now, Tojang?
Adults of our student body, I would say we have about 40%. 40%.
Wow, that is
Okay, so
huge. Wow. I
yeah,
thought it would be
because
like 10%, but 40%.
no, actually we focus, of course, we have a very big child following and clientele, but we focus on the parents. And what I focus on is more like a family martial arts, and not a fighter mentality.
Mhm.
Okay, because there's different martial arts schools for different people. I'm not the competition school. I am the improving your life, your family life, your business, and just your academic professional life with martial arts, along with your health and wealth. And so that's what I focus on. That's why I think I attract a decent amount of adults, because I am the, quote unquote, average adult martial arts facility where anyone can feel progression and climb their way up and improve their lives, and not just go to competitions and go fight and get beat up all the time and get broken all the time. Right?
Yeah.
So I do pride myself on that, and, focusing on adults, not just kids. So,
but you do, I mean, because when I did my martial arts training, I love the fact that I was able to spar. I mean, not that I would go out to the streets and try to beat up somebody, but I love the fact that you could spar under control sparring, so that you can
yes.
get a lot of the emotions out and release a lot of the things, and those are available to adults too in your school if they ever want to do some sparring and things like that, right?
Absolutely. And we take more of the self-defense route to sparring,
Mhm.
as far as, we take more of a blended approach as far as I call it self-defense sparring, not just like a competition sparring.
Mhm.
And so it's building a well-rounded martial artist that is great in self-defense, but also, like you said, controlled sparring, of course. We don't just let them go all out. So, but it's the fact that learning yourself, learning your distances, from an opponent or partner, and really learning your strengths and weaknesses, because a lot of us, we think, oh, wow, I'm going to be, amazing my first round out. And then all of a sudden you get it against someone who's maybe a belt lower than you, maybe a belt higher, maybe the same level. And you weren't as smooth as we thought, or as you thought, or you weren't as coordinated as you thought, because it's a whole new realm and it's testing you physically and mentally. And that's what's great about it, especially for adults.
Well, I love the fact that you, like 2 questions ago, you used the word tribe, the family, culture. And I think that's so critical in this day and age where, we need that extended family. And it sounds like your martial arts school is not just a school, but is a family, a location where you go and become a family with an extended family,
Yes.
with everyone in your school. So that is pretty unique and pretty neat. And I'm shocked. I'm blown away by 40% of adults. I can't even imagine. So I think that's wonderful. That just means for me that you really focus on the family as your main focus. So that's pretty neat. Let's see, for our audience again, go on to, I looked you up actually just now. You could Google Excel Taekwondo in Littleton, and he's all over the place. He's better than any realtor I know. He's got a great web presence, which I need to work on. But it's wonderful. Tim and Heather. Heather, his wife, used to be RN, and then she is now full-time teacher with you at the studio, right?
Yes.
Is that correct? So they're
Yes.
wonderful, wonderful teachers. They'll teach you more than just martial arts, teach you more about business success and family success. So I really strongly recommend you guys to give Tim Scott, Heather Scott, a shot. And they're one of the most wonderful people. They have 2 beautiful young girls, adorable
Yes.
young girls, great family, great, wonderful family. I think you really appreciate it. I did martial arts when I was probably, I think, 80 years old, somewhere there. And
Okay.
I think, for my life and career, martial arts has taken a big part of who I am. So I think it's a valuable thing for any young person today, and also the old person that wants to try
Yes.
something new. Take something new. This will help your real estate career. It will make you sell more
Yes.
houses. I think it will help you become more focused. So I'm looking forward to actually inviting you to our office, our meetings in the future, and motivating our leaders and help us to grow. So I'm actually looking forward to that, Tim. So
Yes. Me
thank
too.
you for taking your time today for this short and long interview, but I really enjoyed it. Before I let you go, I know something about your breakdancing years. Your
Ah.
so maybe we should end this with your breakdance, but I don't think I'll do that to you. But you did. I mean, I remember watching your video a long time ago. You're breakdancing in Las Vegas or something like that.
Yeah. I get out there, and I come through and everything.
I think I could kind of do it too. But hey, appreciate it. Thank you for all the motivation. I hope our realtors get energized, motivated. What do we say? Never give up, right? Never give up in our
Yes.
So
It's
let's
that
not give up.
that pill song attitude. Yes.
Yeah, let's keep going and fight the fight and show up every day and give it all, give the best we can and try to, grow our business. So thank you so much, Tim.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. You have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you at our office meeting soon. And then, we'll go
Yes.
from there. Okay.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.